That riot, the West thing.
Tell me about the riot, what you remember about it. Has Dave been over here talking to you about that riot?
Yes, Lord. The riot was, I don't know how to start, because there's so many. It depends on where you were, your version of the riot. Well, all of us agreed that it started because of the threat through the Tribune paper that they were going to lynch a Negro tonight. That was in the red. I remember it's just like I was sitting there tonight, now, reading that article. Just an article about that. Why, I hadn't about this long, but 2 inches long. So the blacks, by the time everybody read that thing, they mad and not going to be any lynching. They went down there to see about it. So Bonnie Cleaver, that's a character I forgot. He was the Mr. Gunsmoke. He's just like Marshall Dillon back there. He was, I thought he was the most wonderful man in the world because he had no fear. I saw a fellow have a gun on him, and he said, "Now, buddy, wait a minute now, take that gun down. Now, you talking to Uncle Bunny now? Put it down now." And got the man's gun. He had it on him. So that impressed me being down there. He was at the sheriff's office down in the county building, and all this crowd was around, black and white. So they were talking. It wouldn't be any rioting tonight. It won't be any lynching. And Uncle Bunny said, "Now, I want all of you to go on back home." He said, "I'm going to stay here to see that you won't be." So they all started away, and I guess about a block away, somebody fired a shot. I don't know whether it was black or white. And then right down there, it's all hell cut loose, and he fought all night. Next morning, they were trying to come in on Greenwood down there, and surrounded the place. And the militia came in. They were rounding up blacks, figured if they'd get them rounded up, would stop the thing. But see what happened, they would allow those fellows to come in behind after they'd taken them. You know, blacks had surrendered. They would let them come in and loot and burn. That's where all the damage is done. Now the cause of it, they claim, it was that this girl said the boy tried to rape her on the elevator. They both worked it. They built him downtown. Now that's what everybody says. But you can ask him about different, right now, you can get 20 people, they all have 20 versions of what happened, depending on where they were. If they were up on Standpipe Hill and saw Peg Leg Taylor shooting a lot at whites and hitting them, or if he's down in Greenwood and Archer where I was, had seen my old man with that rifle, why, we all had different versions of what actually happened that morning. But I do know that they caught me about a block away from, about 4 blocks away from home, and lined me up and took me down to the convention hall, down to Municipal Theater. They never did catch my dad. He got out as far as Pine Street, and one of his business associates, white, picked him up and took him on to his house. That afternoon, the operator in the theater came down to the convention hall where they had me and bailed me out, but didn't know where Mama was till the next morning. I ran into her downtown. They said it was safe to be on the streets, and I saw her, and I said, Mama, ran across right at 3rd and Main. And boy, it was some greeting. But
Where had she been?
oh, she had been to one of her, as I told you, she bought a lot of things in the confectionery, and one of the salesmen had taken her home to stay. But nobody knew where, none of us knew where the other was.
Were you in that group that went down to the jail that night?
No, I was just 16. I was a junior in high school. 15 it was. Yeah, 16. And my mother wouldn't let me go after you heard about it, or people coming on down the theater. Some guy got up on the stage and made an announcement. So all of you, get your guns, and come on. They closed down the theater, and the operator was white, and so he took off, got home, because he came by the municipal theater that evening, got me, bailed me out, and took me out to his house to spend the night. But it's something you'll never forget. I mean, I'll never forget it.
I think Dave is really interested in finding that front page of the Tribune paper.
I had a girl who told me she knew where a man who had one. She had seen it. What was her name?
Do you remember the headline on the paper that night?
To lynch Negro tonight.
That was the headline. That wasn't just the article. That was the headline.
The headline. That's why I know what a water bill of me. Oh, that's my wife's writing. Check number 4459. I never would go to that detail. Yeah, this is a good say. Remember her. I don't see any other reason. But anyway, this girl had seen a cop there. Have you met Miss Avery?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen her work? Yeah.
I don't think Dave's been able to, the original that the Tribune had, or the microfilm is not there. The front page is not there.
You can look all you want. That's what everybody who's looking over, even in Oklahoma City, the Historical Society. Oh, yeah. Diane Kynes.
And you think she may have one?
I know she had seen it. Now, I don't think she lives there now. I don't know. I received 22 pictures and one paperweight for use in reach search. 11/29/7. J. Layton Avery. I made her give me a receipt. I left those pictures out to a girl who was, whom I had taught, and she had become a Jehovah's Witness and came up here with this long dress on, and she was so emphatic in her, she changed so, and so religious. I let that nut have those pictures, all the Riot pictures.
And you didn't get them back?
I haven't got them back yet.
Oh.
And can't find her.
Now, were those some that you took or your dad took?
No, those were some that just accumulated. My aunt had some that she had bought from a photographer who took pictures and sold them, dead people and people marching with their hands up. And then some I had swapped, like this girl would have one or two. She wanted that I had, and I let her have, and she would have prints made.
How many people were killed?
Nobody knows. But I imagine there were at least 100. At least.
Black?
Black and white altogether. See, you could keep a pretty good record of blacks unless they were burned to death. And I don't think many of them would be around to burn, although I did know a fellow named Lindsay Williams, too. He wasn't related to me.
Another Williams.
He crawled under the house when they saw the fellows coming. Didn't know they were going to set the fire, so they set the fire and stood off and looked at it, and he was afraid to come out. And they went on away, but it burned down the place. He was burning all across in his chest. He wouldn't come out from under that, but he lived.
Afraid he'd be shot if he came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They had us caught me at Greenwood and Easton, and a group of other fellows. They'd bring them in from different places. So we had to march down Greenwood to Archie. When we got to Archie, everything down Archie was burning, so they marched us on over to the Frisco track, down the track to to Main Street, and then back to the theater, municipal theater. And I passed where we lived, that building right there, and saw a guy. See, we were coming down this street, burning down Archie, so we had to go across the Frisco track. And I saw a guy come from up in my mother's upstairs where we lived, and had her handbag, and she had one of these leopard coats, fur coat. They're pretty expensive, you know. And you could see the belt off of it hanging out of this bag.
White guy.
Mm-hmm.
Looting.
Man. And, well, what could you do? Nothing. Not with all that arm around you.
Mm-mm. Were you afraid?
Somehow I didn't get afraid. I should have been. I guess because I didn't get far enough up where they were doing a lot of killing. Because I was walking down the alley, running down there, and ran right into a guy with a shotgun. All right there, put him up there, nigga. So I put up my hands, and he searched me. They searched me. It was 2 or 3 of them. And took me around on the street there, between the down the alley and then the street on Greenwood. Took me to the theater.
Where was all the killing going on?
All around north, yeah. All around now. Greenwood and Frankfurt. Out in that circle in the back of, where's the hill? I'm out here now. Back of the Standpipe Hill, yeah. And came in the back way and met a lot of opposition, but they finally overcame with the militia too, you know.
Now, who was that militia? Was that the National Guard?
Yeah.
Some black woman told me the other day that the black community was not bitter.
Was not bitter? Not now. You know, you just live over it.
How about then?
Oh, yeah, you were pretty bitter about it then. I don't care what she says. You can see when you get everything burned.
I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe she said that.
No, I can't either. She must not have been here at the time, was she?
She was. She was little.
Mm-hmm. She was a small, child, you mean? Well, I was 16 and I remember.
How does this affect your parents? Do you remember them talking about it?
Not much, because we lived in a tent for the first few months until they built back the Dreamland Theater and had a room of living quarters upstairs. I never did hear them talk about it much, because I was selfish, more interested in myself and what we were going to do at school. football team. When if we're going to have a team? And we were getting ready to have the junior senior prom, and they burned down all the halls, you know, where you could dance halls, where you could have it. Wondering how we're going to be in school. Then when school did start, you know how a kid is. You don't associate with your parents much other than in eating time. So I don't know about that reaction. I know that they must have felt that it's a tough fight. Got to see if they can make a loan to put this building back. They finally built them back, but as I said, this recession set in. They couldn't make the payments. Sold property, trying to get enough money to make it go.
How did the white community react? Did they grant some loans to rebuild in Greenwood?
No. Most of the loans from black organizations like American Woodmen in Denver and lodges were the, what's the name of those, Odd Fellows and KPs, and then they would have black auxiliaries, you know, black, same thing with black. And they had treasures built up, they could lend money. And some whites helped, you know, but such as Building Loan Association or bank, no.
How did you know, and I've heard this before, you said today that it was safe to go out on the street, it was safe to be in downtown Tulsa or in South Tulsa the next day.
How did you find that out? It was on the radio. They had radio then. I was out at this operator's house when it goes the next day, that's all the news, the radio had, just news about the riot. And said Chief Police Evans or something, whatever, said it's safe for blacks to be on the street and let's get back to normal again. So Earl took me to town. He had to go look for a job too, but he was working there with my mother. He was a movie operator. So I got out, saw a sign there, dishwasher wanted, and I went in, applied for the job and got it. I worked at one meal and went down the alley between lunch and dinner. No, they didn't serve, just served noonday lunches. It's, I tell you what's there now, it's a hamburger, hot dog, I don't know the name of it. It's right on 4th Street.
Coney Island.
Yeah, that's right. That was a cafe then, it wasn't a Coney Island. People would come in for the noonday lunches, and I was washing dishes when I got through. I said, well, you can go now. And he gave me $1.50. I walked on down the street and walked right into Mother. Something told me to get out of there. Walked down the street and crossing the alley there right by National Bank of Tulsa and the next building to it. What's that cafe they just put in? J-Mar or K-Mar or something? Right on 3rd and Main. Walked right into it. Oh, we had a nice time hugging and kissing. So she's going up to a lawyer's office to see what could be done. And while she was up there, I told her, well, I'm going to run downtown, run and see what's left of the building. I got down there, I'm telling you, it shows us deep sink down here. My uncle had a place up on Elgin that they didn't get, and we all piled in there on him, sleeping on the floor and everywhere.
So you stayed with him a while and then you pitched a tent?
Yeah, that's right.
How long did you all stay in the tent?
Oh, about 3 or 4 weeks.
When was this riot? It was 1921.
Mm-hmm.
What was the date?
June 1st.
So it was warm enough weather you could...
Oh, yeah. It was nice and warm then. We were always all wondering what we were going to do when it got cold. But by the time it got cold, some people still had those army tents, you know, that would accommodate 8 cots or something. All as big as that kitchen in there. And had boards up on the sides. And you close that old flap, they're pretty warm.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Gosh, you've seen so much. What kinds of predictions do you have for the future of Tulsa?
Black Tulsa? Well, I don't think it ever be like it was before. It just has to be melted in with... I believe that's the way it's going to have to be everywhere. Just melted in the community, black and white, just one community. And it's getting better. I believe it'll... a couple of 100 years from now,